Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us here on CBS News Detroit. We hope you are bundled up at home and taking in the picturesque view through a window.
Yeah, it is definitely better seeing it from inside. That snow is really coming down.
I'm Rochelle Graham.
And I'm Terrence Friday. Thank you for joining us today. Let's take a live look outside right now, outside of our newsroom. We see that heavy, wet snow continuing to fall here in Southfield and across our viewing area. As you can see, that snow is accumulating on the ground.
It's been steady with a lot to track that's still on the way. And for that, let's head over to next weather meteorologist Ahmed Batchi.
And Ahmed, we know a lot of people are getting ready to end the workday. Want to know what those road conditions are like right now.
Oh yeah, and there's actually a spot. There is one of our state highways that is currently shut down completely because of an accident. We're going to show you that here in a moment. One of the major routes, especially going south from Ann Arbor. But right now the snow continues to really pound parts of the area, moving all the way up to the northeast here at the studio. We actually crossed the 6.5-inch mark just a little while ago. But if we go in for some of the closer looks right here, north of Detroit, you got Hamtramck, Warren, Southfield in some of the heavier bands up toward the Harrison area, Macomb itself, and even a little further to the north. By the time you get up toward the Richmond area, New Baltimore, you can see these heavy bands and then these little breaks in between. That's kind of the issue that we've really been looking at here over the past hour or so. Let's get a wider view actually of the whole area. Snow finally continuing to move a bit further to the north, but what I want to see right now are actually some of the reports that we've been looking at for the overall snowfall that's been coming in. Now some of these are a little older. We'll see if we've got some of the newer ones here. So that one obviously was way earlier. You're not sitting at an inch in Monroe County anymore, but a lot of these marks, especially centered in the middle here, out toward Ann Arbor, we're at about 5 inches 2 hours ago. We've since built a whole lot more since that point. The winter storm warnings, they continue to go until 8 o'clock. That's the main highlight right here. This is the primary warning zone, including Lenawee, Monroe, Wayne, Washtenaw, Oakland, Macomb counties. We have a secondary area here. This goes all the way until midnight, okay? So we are far from done along areas from Port Huron further north, where at the moment, there's not a whole lot of snow there, but it continues to move in through the rest of the night. Now, these are the totals we were talking about yesterday and this morning, and we continue to look at these as the final numbers. Remember, we've crossed the 6 mark already in several spots, the 3 to 6 inch range up to about 3 to 3.5 already up toward Imlay City. So we're doing all right. We're right within those ranges right now. And going further through the evening, not until 6 o'clock does it finally start to wind down a little bit, and it moves out past that point where we're finally said and done before actually one last round of snow showers right here moves all the way into the evening there on Thursday. That's where the snow finally gets a chance to kind of taper off. Now, traffic-wise, here's the issue that we're looking at. You can see well through the area, each red pin that you see right here, up towards Detroit itself, a little further to the north, up toward Novi, right along Grand River, and going down to the south here on 23, south of Ann Arbor. Each of the red pins are major incidents blocking roadways. The yellow pins are actually some heavier slowdowns and some more minor accidents, but a lot of slow goings that we're seeing right now. I want to go in close to this one specifically. We had a tanker turnover earlier, but now we have a larger accident that actually has completely closed down US 23 southbound, actually south of the Ann Arbor area. Of course, you can see it just get a little further south there going into Lenawee County especially, but you're noticing there's a lot of backups there going all the way up to the northern portions, right where US 12 actually crosses 23. So that entire southbound stretch is completely shut down. Let's take a closer look actually at Ann Arbor as a whole. You can see a lot of slowdowns there that we're dealing with right now. It is not a quick go at the moment. Downtown Detroit as well, a lot of that gets backed up anyway because it's busy, but all the yellows show completely snow-covered roadways we're dealing with. A lot of slow go there, and even downriver where you've got a little more green along 75, there actually isn't a lot of traffic. So it's reading it completely as green while you're not getting a ton of overall flow, at least right now. That's kind of the key that we're looking at right there. But as we get back into it again, the snow shower activity going into the rest of the night, really going to be a focus there. I want to jump right back though to the totals so that we can kind of show you again how much we're actually holding on to in terms of that snowfall. There we go, one more time. There it is, the 4 to 8 inch range. That's the final numbers that we're looking at, but it's that wet and very heavy type of snowfall, and it's difficult to drive in. It's difficult to clear, to try and shovel away. And earlier today, we were out in the Next Weather Tracker, and we're actually going to continue to do that well into the day as well. Right now, meteorologist Kylie Miller is out in the tracker at this moment, and we've kind of been going through the peak of it, Kylie. But where are you now, and how does it look actually being out in it at the moment?
Well, Ahmed, it is definitely not great out here. We are currently moving westbound on 696, about to cross on to 275 going towards Livonia. Livonia already picked up 5 inches, and like you mentioned, Ahmed, another 2 inches not out of the question here. So the roads are slow going. In the next weather tracker, we are currently going 45 miles an hour, and the cars next to us, as you can see too, not going too fast. So that's great news. If you don't have to travel, just don't. Again, we are going towards 275. Here's a look at our tire camera. So you can see that that coating of snow just piling up on the side of the road right there, definitely causing some tricky travel. Already we have seen a few accidents. We don't want to see any more of those. So if you don't have to travel for this evening, just don't. But if you do, go nice and slow and definitely take your time. So right now, again, we are going towards 275, towards M5 as well. This area, definitely we have some reduced visibility as we look forward on the camera once again. It's definitely gorgeous, like Rochelle mentioned, with all of that snow, but the roads are quite dicey. So if you do have to shovel, this is that heavy and wet snow. It's that good packing snow, so a snowman would be great to build in this, but if you're going to be shoveling, make sure that you just take your time and just take frequent breaks too, especially for the elderly. So right now, as I currently look at the road surface temperature, we're at 31.8 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, that number will go down. So that means we have the potential for black ice to form. That is going to create more dangerous travel for this evening's commute home, for tonight if you have a late night shift, and especially into tomorrow morning. So right now we are heading towards 275 going into Livonia. Definitely seeing about 5 inches of snowfall accumulation here. Another about 2 inches to go where I'm at currently. We're under that winter storm warning. We're going to continue to keep an eye on this for you the entire day on air and on stream. And if you have an area that we should take the next weather tracker to, let us know on social media. Rochelle, Terrence.
Kylie, thank you. The next weather tracker is definitely the vehicle to be in right now. Have you seen a lot of crews out there? The roads look like they've been kept up very nicely.
Yeah, I want to turn this camera around. So we have seen crews out and about clearing the roads, and just a good reminder, if you are traveling and you happen to see a snowplow, a salt truck, give them room to be able to do their work. They are keeping us safe. We appreciate all the work that they are doing. So yes, Rochelle, the crews are out. They're doing a fabulous job, but we're not done with this snowstorm just yet. We still have multiple hours yet to go, and the evening commute is going to be picking up any time now as we go into the 5 o'clock hour. So just make sure to give them extra time.
Kylie, thank you. And like she said, we will continue to track this storm for you throughout the evening and the night, bringing you those updates. You can always stay connected with us on our website, cbsdetroit.com.
We'll be back on air for CBS News Detroit at 6. Thank you so much for joining us, and stay safe.